people often talk about well, amongst the many difficulties in so many parts of Africa and other parts of the world, not just Africa, that the level of crime that there is now, and the lack of social stability, and obviously there are so many factors to that. I don't think we should be saying there's only one thing contributes to it, but people have also sometimes talked about the change, the move away from the traditional religions,
yes,
has also contributed to that. Do you think so, or can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, certainly. I personally think so, because in those days there were values, there were societal values, and those values were based on the fact that the communities were cohesive. There was cohesion. People, there was unity. People, you knew those around you, those in the community. Everyone knew every other person, and so it was for you to premeditate any crime or anything. You have to think twice. You have to think of your poor old mother, the impact and the repercussion on her, and your family. So there was people, and apart from that, the fact that people feared, there was so much importance attached to traditional beliefs and ways of life that there were consequences. And actually, there are so many events, incidences that show that really, if you did what you were not supposed to do, or you went against the laws of the land, you got punished for it. Spiritually, you got punished. You either died mysteriously or something happens, So those beliefs were there, and it guided the way people thought and how people behaved. But unlike now, today that you have, Christianity has come in, there is a belief in forgiveness, and, being given a second chance. And which was not there in those days, because the laws were there to guide you so that you don't fall a victim. But if you erred, you were punished for it. And there were causes for various things, ancestral causes, which passed down from down to generations. So you had to think, not just for yourself, of the consequences to you, but to your lineage, to your family, over the years. So I believe it guided people's actions and, people's, way of life and what people did and what they thought of or premeditated. But in these days, yes, it's a combination of factors that has, plunged the society in the situation it is today, with the crime wave and, all those other things. But yes, I will say that fear is no more there, that if you err, the gods will deal with you. This is not a question of the law now, it's not a question of, being imprisoned or the police or whatever. It's got nothing to do with that. The gods will punish you, and it created fear, instilled discipline into the society, which today is lacking.
Mm-hmm. Just to add little, there is a boy in this Manchester. When he used to say, he's a footballer, you hear he say, oh, I strike once because Shango has strike twice. And at the time he was using those words, you see that his name was all over. That is Bacon. David Beckham, the footballer. Beckham. When he used to use this Shango word as Shango never strike twice, that is once. That is when his football field was very agile. Anywhere, Beckham. That I got that word, we don't know. Shango is still fearful to the people. In a family tree, once Shango is in that house as a family tree, everything in that family will be shifted to the chief priest of Shango once he strike down human. And till tomorrow, that is why the Oyo, that is the Yorubas, they fear Shango too much, because once he enters a house, he never goes out. But everything in that family belongs to the chief priest. That is the only end. And sometimes they give daughter or son to the chief priest just to worship and help in cleaning the area of the shrine. And that is what they still do till tomorrow. Because he kills what he strike and kill straight away.